Hi, I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and this is the new Madagascan Sunset Moth pattern. Here's how to make it. All right, this is the video showing how to make the Madagascan Sunset Moth if you are using a light box. So the light box makes these complicated moth and butterfly patterns that I'm doing so much easier. I also want to point out, I'm calling it a Madagascan Sunset Moth or Madagascan Sunset Butterfly. It's the actual pattern pieces from the moth, but I'm doing it in completely fantasy butterfly colors. So first of all, let me show you my light box setup. I have my light box. I have a tempered glass cutting board on top of it. You do not need that. I use it because I like to iron right on top of my light box, and it can't take the heat, but the tempered glass can. I've got my placement guide, and I've got a clear silicone sheet. I have all of my pieces cut out and prepared, so I've fused the template pieces to the back side of my fabric. I use Heat and Bond Light for all of my quilts. Then I cut them all out on the solid line. The dotted lines you can ignore. Those are placement guides, and they're there for people who are not using a light box. Then you're ready to go. So we're going to start with piece number 1, because the numbers tell you not only what piece is what, but also in what order to lay them down. So piece number 1 goes right there. And then number 2 goes on the other side of it. Okay, I'm worried that these are not going to show through. I'm going to do one wing at a time, so you'll be able to see kind of the mirror image. I can see it, but I'm not sure that it's going to show up on video. So piece 3 is a giant teardrop that matches up to 4 on that side. So I'm going to just put that in there where it goes. And then I'm going to just set 4 over here to do on that side. And then we need piece 6 goes on that side, so it's 5 over here. If you have trouble seeing the lines through your pieces, the light can be, the fusible adhesive makes the fabric pieces kind of cup up a little bit, and so they don't make contact with the different layers. If you push it down to make contact, it will show through much better. There we go. And then 7 and 8 are on this side. There that is. So now I'm going to do this other one. So I just kept that there as a reference for you. So this goes like that. And then we're going to do, oops. 4 is going to go right there. Then 6 is the one off to the side here. There's that. And then 8 goes up here. All right, now we're going to do the top wings, and I might do the same thing with them. So 9 is going to be the one here on the left side. These will probably be easier to see through, but I can still leave it just in case. Yeah, it never shows quite as much on the video as it does for me. So we'll just set that over here, 10. So 12 is going to go over there. 11 is going to go on this side. There we go. So that was 11 and 12. 13, 14 is going to go over there. 13 is going to be on this side. And it is the one up on the top compared to that one. So that goes there. And then 15 and 16. It's going to go right, see there. And then we'll do this other side now. So a lot of pieces on these moths. But they look beautiful. You know, I'm going to pull that up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so 12 is this big pink one that goes there. And then 14 goes up in the top side here. And then 16 goes right there. And then we just have the body, which is piece 17. I very rarely do blocks that have 17 pieces to them, but isn't that spectacular? What a gorgeous, gorgeous creature that is. All right, so now I'm going to just do a quick fuse to hold everything together. This is not going to be its permanent fuse. Just doing a little, just a few seconds on each part of it, just to hold all those pieces so they don't shift around. That seems good enough. And then I'm going to let that cool for just a second. And I can start peeling that up. Still a little bit warm, so I'm being really careful when I peel it. Not only do I not want to pull the pieces apart while the adhesive is still soft, but I also don't want to stretch the fabric while it is warm. All right, now we're going to put it on this block. So I have been doing the moths kind of very formally centered in the blocks, but I've been doing the butterflies like they're flying. And so we're going to do the same thing with this butterfly version. Now I'm going to do the permanent fuse, which means I'm going to be counting, and it's going to take a lot longer, so I will fast forward through this. All right, so that is the Madagascan Sunset Butterfly. I'm going to take this over to my ironing board, or to my sewing machine, and I'll do all of the outline stitching, and then I'll bring it back here and show you the proper moth version of it. And also I'm going to show you one Franken moth that I made that combines pieces from different moth patterns. All right, this is the finished Madagascan Sunset Moth, made in fairly realistic colors. One thing that I do want to point out is that the colors really vary on these. Most of them have green markings at the top. They pretty much all have a black background, but they have mostly green markings on the top and mostly warm colored markings on the bottom, different shades of red and orange and pink and yellow. But that is not a hard and fast rule, and if you look at different pictures of them online, you'll see a lot of different variation in the color markings. So even just making a simple, the Madagascan Sunset Moth, you can have a lot of variety in how you make it. But you can also make, or I made, a Madagascan Sunset Butterfly. Not really, there's no such thing as a Madagascan Sunset Butterfly, but I just wanted to show you that you could take all the same pieces that were in the Madagascan Sunset Moth pattern and use them to make something that looks much more like a butterfly, because I made it in bright, cheerful butterfly colors. Moths also come in bright colors, but butterflies are usually brighter and more colorful. And I also put this one on a daytime blue background. But I wanted to show you one other thing. So this is a Franken moth. It has nothing to do with the Madagascan Sunset Moth, except that I wanted to let you know that I'm designing these moth patterns. I'm doing a collection of 10 different moth patterns, all with fairly realistic species-specific shapes and markings. but I'm designing them in such a way that you can mix and match the pieces between the different moths to create your own fantasy moths and butterflies. So this one uses pieces from just two patterns. It uses pieces from the Luna moth and the elephant hawk moth, but I've used it to create a Franken moth that is completely made up, completely fantasy. But if you have a couple of these patterns, you're going to be able to mix and match all of the pieces between the different wings, bodies, and markings to create all kinds of different Franken butterflies and Franken moths. So just letting you know that that's another extra way that you can play with that pattern. But for now, that's the Madagascan Sunset Moth. You can get the new pattern at Shiny Happy World. I'm Wendy, and I will see you next time.